Welcome to the Be Encouraged Show. I'm Lisa.
I'm Frank.
We are so excited today. We are talking about clutter and clarity and community.
And we are indeed, Lisa. Meghan Jackson on Organizing with Purpose and Fred Tolerico. Did I get it right, Lisa?
Yes.
Oh, okay. On Building a Business that Gives Back.
Two voices, one message, generosity, transforming lives. Let's get encouraged.
You know, I've got a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old now. Definitely right now finding the balance between being a great dad in terms of my presence with them and also being a great dad in terms of making sure we provide enough money to pay our bills. Not easy to balance.
A lot of us can understand how much our space affects our mental health, our productivity, but it can also, just affect us financially.
Make organic connections, I'd say that's number one. Meet people that are doing similar things that you want to be doing, right?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Be Encouraged Show. We are Colorado's voice for growth and good. I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
And we are so glad that you're here with us today. Today's show is sponsored by Hive. The Hive connects purpose-driven visionaries with the service providers who can help bring their ideas to life. Now, whether you're building a business or looking to help someone else chase their own dreams, the Hive is here to help you find your right connection. Visit thehive.vision to learn more and check out those flyers that we have for you today. Please take those with you.
Yeah. So today we're joined by two leaders who are transforming lives in Colorado Springs through the power of organizing, decluttering, and giving back.
Oh my word! What can we get done with all of that, Lisa?
Right?
Right. I just had a nightmare envisioning my own house.
I can imagine your clothing closet needs some.
Lighten up now. She loves calling me out, don't you? Yeah. So
you're probably the only man I know that has his own closet.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my! Yeah. Wow. Well, guys, you guys are sloughing out there, I guess. What do you think, Kyan? You guys don't need your own closet? What?
I don't have one. I just have a few drawers.
Yeah. See?
I could live in a box too. I don't need much. After doing
well, I guess you're right, Lisa.
Yeah.
It's just me, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So it's all right. You look sharp everywhere you go.
You got it. Somebody has to. Might as well be me, yes. Right? So why don't we just start right here today? My good friend Meghan. I met her doing a class I was doing one time, Women Community Leadership Initiative. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so good. I had coffee with you. Thank you for sitting with the old dude. Right? I know I was a stretch for you, but we had a great time at coffee. What is the biggest challenge, Meghan, that you've had to overcome so far in your journey?
Gosh, in my entire life or business, or
yes.
That's a pretty big question.
It is indeed.
I would say the biggest thing for me has been my husband and I started fostering about 11 years ago. We, 11, 12 years ago. I think it was for about 10 years we were a foster family and fostered teens.
Teens?
Woo!
Yeah.
You were fostering teens?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm parenting teens, and I've
Tough
parented
job.
teens before. It's no joke.
We realized little kids were not our forte, and I would much rather have deal with teenager issues versus little kid issues. But yeah, I mean, we started that journey because we had a lot to give back, and we were like, we want to get, but honestly, we definitely gained just as much, if not more, ourselves personally through all of that than what we gave to the kids who lived in our home. And that was really great, really hard, but really great.
Give us a specific of a great challenge that brought on, because this is really what we're digging for. Mm-hmm. What was the biggest challenge of fostering?
I think the things that it brings up in us as people, right? Like it's not, it's stressful and it's gonna, whatever's kind of under the surface is not dealt with, it's gonna bring out.
Oh, yeah. It's
for
kind of
us
like
to-
marriage too, right?
That's a layer as well.
Yes.
Yes. Two different people
You're
with
right.
different strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sharpening each other. A specific instance, gosh, let me think. One thing that happens, that often happens at a start of a child coming to live in your home, they offer something called an icebreaker, which is like a meeting between the parents, so the biological parents and the foster parents, to just talk through how can we best parent this child? You are the parent and you know this child much better than I do, and how can we kind of bridge this gap to do right by your kid? And I did this with a gal. We had her 2 teenagers living with us, and she was kind and polite, and she shared some things, and then after 20 minutes of us talking, she was like, okay, so I just wanted to bring up that I wonder why you gave this book to my high schooler. And I was like, what? And her I think this gal was 15 years old. This teenager had asked me, she said, my friends are talking about this book called Milk and Honey. And I wonder, I don't know, they were just talking about this book, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have that book. I just happened, my sister had mailed it to me. My sister's younger and cooler than me, and she had mailed this book to me, and I think I had skimmed the book, but I hadn't totally read it thoroughly. It's like a book of poetry, but it is kind of graphic and very real life women stuff. I'm probably not even doing a description justice right now. But this mother was like, I looked up this book and it seemed inappropriate for my 15-year-old.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I was just thought I was being the cool foster parent that had to have this book.
Yeah.
And I did not fully screen it, and you're totally right.
Yeah.
And it was good. I mean, honestly, right, I'm getting called out on something that I overlooked, but it's all right. It's all right. We worked through it, and I've got a great relationship with that mom to this day.
Oh, that's
so
good.
Yeah.
yeah.
What a great example. Fred.
Yeah.
Hi. Same question to you, my friend.
Okay.
What's the greatest challenge that you face up to now?
Up till now, I would say I'll stick with business just because it's probably been the hardest thing since I've been alive, I guess. I try not to take too many things as challenging and just try to reframe it, but I would say, I've got a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old now. My wife Alexa and I came out here 6 years ago from Pennsylvania, actually.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah.
You're still a newbie.
So I guess if that, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty ingrained in the community now.
Yeah.
But definitely right now finding the balance between being a great dad in terms of my presence with them,
Yes.
and also being a great dad in terms of making sure we provide enough money to pay our bills. Not easy to balance. My
Right.
wife,
Yeah.
she's a nurse by trade, but she's currently stay at home. We decided back in February that it was probably time to do that. And they're really close in age, so kind of tough right now.
Oh, yeah.
Running on about an hour of sleep the last 3 nights just because our youngest doesn't want to stay asleep right now. Definitely, that's the biggest challenge. I find myself getting home a little bit later.
Yeah.
Sometimes, most of the time, unfortunately, than I'd like to. So I try to spend mornings early when they're both up at 6.
Yeah.
Playing around, having fun.
Are there 2 girls, 2 boys?
Yeah, 2 girls.
Ooh,
Sage
yes.
is my oldest, and May is my youngest.
And they're 1 and 3?
No, 1.5 and 3. So they're only
the
about
same
18
just
months
as my
apart.
daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 months apart.
Yeah, so it's tough. It's definitely
Yeah.
tougher on Lex than it is me, because she's the one that has to get up in the middle of the night to feed our
Yeah.
youngest still.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest challenge. Definitely running a business, and we have a substantial business at this point.
Yeah.
Finding a way to balance that with getting home by 6 o'clock every night. So not easy. And then
Yeah.
sometimes we put them to bed, and I have to go back to work just to get stuff done behind the scenes. So
Right.
I'm a pretty late night guy at this point. So
Yeah. Whether you want it or not.
yeah, you just gotta do it.
Gotta-
So
gotta
that's
do
why I
it.
try not to look at it as a challenge. It's more of like, hey, this is what you signed up for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's it. So
Yeah, thanks, Fred.
yep.
So, Megan, you've worked in social services and now lead Joyful Spaces and sponsor a space, correct?
Yes, we just rebranded Sponsor a Space to Impactful Organizing. That just happened a few months ago.
So, what first inspired you to connect organization with well being and community?
You know, I made the connection while I was doing it. Honestly, I kind of left social work because I was feeling burnt out and started an organizing business. And I thought I was just leaving my social work career behind. But then when I started working in people's homes through organizing, I was just realizing like, oh, I'm definitely using all of my social work skills.
Yes.
Like, helping people through tough situations, coming out of a tough mental health season or a new big life transition and, needing to be really sensitive and empathetic through the process and helping people work towards their goals. So it just kind of occurred to me as I was doing it that there was that connection.
That's great.
Yeah, because you're MSW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and which is
Did you just say an
Masters.
acronym?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Masters of Social Work.
Okay.
I was wondering.
I'm like, he usually corrects people on the show with acronyms,
right.
and he throws
I
one
want
out.
to give you a minute to correct me.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that
All right.
never happens, right? So blending both of those, that you framed that so well about how both kind of integrate, right? So Fred, listen, man, you started Junk and Haul in
Yep.
2019.
2019. Yep.
We had a great friend in our community that had a junk removal company. What was his name again? You remember?
Was his name Matt?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, Matt
Matthew
Vieira.
Vieira.
Yeah,
I know.
Matt.
I
You
knew
knew
Matt.
Matt?
I knew Matt. Yeah, we
You
talked
knew
He's a
quite a
dear
bit.
friend.
Yeah,
he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He had reached out. I think we opened about a year before he did. Year and a half, because he
Yeah.
opened up in 2021.
Yeah.
We talked a lot. Yeah, I
Did
knew
you?
Matt
Yeah.
pretty
He
well.
was very
yeah.
collaborative, right?
Yeah.
He was a very outgoing guy
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
I wish I had that ability to talk like he did, because he was a
Oh,
very
yeah.
outgoing guy. He reached out to us just looking for advice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's sad what happened.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still hurts the community's heart
Yes.
to
Yep.
this day.
Yep.
So what led you to launch a decluttering? Will we call that a decluttering?
I would say junk removal is a pretty easy, broad.
Easy, right? Yeah.
It
Okay.
encapsulates
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I get on my production team in the back for this.
Decluttering is it's a good way to put it.
But how did you see the need in Colorado Springs for your business?
So I was a little bit of a funny thing. If anybody knows what I'm about to say, you'll understand why it's funny. But I was selling paper in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Not a joke. If you watch The Office, if you don't, I understand. But if you watch the show, you'll understand why it's funny. And I just, at one point or another, just decided, hey, my wife was a nurse. We were living in a town called Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Joel has a song about it.
Yeah, I've been there.
About halfway between Scranton and Philadelphia is a good way to put it. So I was driving north, because that's where I'm from, selling that whole route, knocking on doors at warehouses, and just got a little tired of it. And she was a nurse at Lehigh Valley Hospital, and we just decided, hey, let's figure something out in the next year. I met a guy at a ski lodge actually back east, and he was doing junk removal, and he told me about it, and I was like, I feel like I could probably do that. Let's see what happens. And bought a dump truck and drove 1,800 miles, 1,700 I guess. Crossed I-70 in the middle of, I think it was October 2019 is when we opened up. I got my dates mixed up sometimes, but I just thought it was something that we can do at scale. And Colorado Springs at the time, and probably still, military community, so it's very transient, right?
Mm-hmm.
People in and out.
Absolutely.
And as you can imagine, when people move, they either have stuff left over or the new buyers don't want what they're getting rid of. I'd say that's half of our business at this point. pretty mild climate too out here relative to what I'm used to.
Oh, yeah.
You know, back there on the East Coast, if you get a half a foot of snow, it's there for 6 or 7 months, it feels like.
Yeah.
Here, you get a foot and it's gone the next day.
Yes,
You're like, wow,
right?
I can wear my T-shirt. This is incredible.
Exactly.
So a bit of a year-round. There's a big drop-off in the winter, but it probably isn't as extreme as it would be up in the Northeast.
Right.
And so, yeah, that was it. A growing town. I think it is still growing. I
Yep.
think it's slowed down a little bit.
It has
but,
slowed down some.
hopefully
But-
that picks up soon
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it don't pick up too much. Yeah, I've been here for 42 years in a row.
Yeah, the changes you've seen.
It's grown.
I mean, just in 5.5, 6 years, the
Yeah.
traffic alone, I feel like it's gotten
it's
kind of crazy, right?
insane,
Powers
yeah.
is terrible. I drive that to work every day. Going up and down 25 with all the construction right now is not fun either.
Yeah.
Right here by Garden of the Gods and
Right.
south,
Yeah.
like, my
Right.
God. So I'm with you. I don't want it to grow too fast. But
Yeah. But
So, Fred, running a business,
Yeah.
a small business especially, it's not easy.
yeah.
What has been one of the hardest challenges you've had to overcome? And share a little bit to the other small business owners out there what did you do? How did you overcome it?
I would say between now and 6 years ago now, I think just it's been a little chaotic, hasn't it? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
From COVID to the financial, it seems like every other week there's a headline about why the world's going to end.
Yes.
And I think people make decisions with their wallets based on what they read online. And
yeah.
I'd say it's just been a little inconsistent. We'll have a week where we're getting absolutely blasted.
Yeah.
And then you have a week where you're like, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
Did I miss something? Finding a way to keep the guys getting paid while you don't necessarily have a consistent week-to-week cash flow coming in is definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
I would say, too, like, getting guys to buy in.
To your vision.
Yeah. We're hiring guys that are, I'd say, college age because, you get to 35, 40, you don't want to do this kind of work. It can be physically taxing. And we have to be very particular with who we bring in because they're driving trucks. I'm big on safety, right? Like, we got to make sure you're having the right people in your trucks, not doing the wrong things on the road. Just overall, I'd say it's probably become more difficult to manage this kind of business than it would be 15, 20 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers that question very well, but
Yeah.
does.
No,
It
it's
does.
perfect.
there's a lot of moving parts,
Yes.
and getting them to work together
Yeah.
with the way things are nowadays is very difficult.
I'm glad you came in with Meghan today.
Yeah. Me
too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I see you have a very sharp strategic mind.
Yes.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, I'm a coach.
Yeah.
And I can
Okay.
identify sharp
Yeah.
strategic minds, right? So
Yep.
yeah. So
I
thank you.
overanalyze for sure.
I'm sure
I
you
definitely
get
do.
stuck in the
Yeah.
paralysis of analysis,
100%.
but
Yeah.
but who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
At some point.
Fair enough.
But you think through these things well. So
Thank you.
congratulations
Thanks.
for that.
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah. Megan, nonprofit leadership comes with it all with its own obstacles. Huh? So what's been the toughest moment running Impact for organizing, and what kept you moving forward?
We're small. So I wear all the different hats. I'm in people's homes helping with organizing, so I'm providing the service. I'm also doing the marketing and the social media and the fundraising and prepping for our board meetings and and there's a piece of that I love. I love doing a little bit of everything. And, I think sometimes that can be one of my strengths is I'm very curious about learning about how to do different things. But probably, the toughest thing out of all of that, fundraising is a piece just because, I do this because I love it and because I love our clients that we work for. And I don't have any experience in fundraising.
That's why you have a board.
Sure, they help out, definitely. They definitely help out.
Thank goodness.
But I'm, I am still like the best communicator though, right? Because I came up with this vision and started it, and I'm working with the clients. So, just me kind of improving my my networking skills in talking to people, communicating what we do in a concise way so people can understand what we do, buy into our vision, join in.
Yeah. Well, you do great things. So I'm still coming back to your new names. Want to make sure I say it right because
Thanks.
we're saying it to an audience. So Impactful Organizing gives organizing help to those who need it the most. How have you seen a decluttered space change someone's life?
In so many ways. Right? Like, I think a lot of us can understand how much our space affects our mental health, our productivity, but it can also, just affect us financially. If you have to rebuy something because you can't find it or
Right.
miss paying bills.
That's never happened, right?
It does, right? Like,
It's a thing.
It
Yes.
is a thing. It's happened to me as
Yeah,
well. I'm
I've done it. Me too.
life gets busy,
Right.
and all of this just gets amplified when you're in crisis, when you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes.
It's just a really practical, like, tangible way we can help somebody out in their daily life, in their home, a space that they spend a good chunk of time in, they're, raising kids in.
Would you say that a cluttered space kind of also shows a cluttered life?
I think it can reflect.
Mentally,
I think
or-
it can reflect just how you're feeling, how you're doing in your life. Right? It can definitely be a reflection, especially if you don't have, some other protective factors. Right? Like, if my family was to go into crisis, we would have family and friends jump in who would, take my kid to school, make us meals, clean my house, and not everyone has that kind of community
A
support.
tribe like that.
That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly
You're
right.
so right. Thank you.
So,
Yes.
Fred,
Yeah.
you've donated services, supported nonprofits, and even matched grants.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Why is giving back to the community such an important part of your business?
I mean, I don't like getting too much into that kind of stuff because I try to keep that under the radar, to be honest with you. But yeah, you just asked me to help with that grant we just discussed a
did.
few weeks ago. So
I
yeah,
did.
I think I don't, it's hard to, I don't like talking about myself.
Yeah.
So
You're red. I see
yeah, oh,
it.
absolutely. I mean, we just want to help where we can. I mean, we've seen a lot of what Megan's seen because we've helped each other on projects. So obviously, in a way, we're really seeing the same kind of thing. And I just like to help out where we can. That's
Fred,
all I can
I'm
say.
going to
Yeah.
throw this at you.
Yeah, go ahead, throw it
I
at
was
me.
waiting.
Okay. what do we got?
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I really do, and I love your humility.
Yeah, I do too.
Right, and
Thank
your self-sacrificing stance. But social impact is a great separator
It is.
for business
It is.
today.
It really
is.
is.
If we're not going to use, people know, man, if you were arrogant about this, you made me want to put my finger down the back of my throat. And people know arrogance
Yeah.
from humility,
Yes.
but it still needs to be known that you're doing these things so that you help your business,
Yeah.
help your employees, help the community. All of those things go in to amplifying
Yep.
the work that you're doing for
It does.
others.
Yeah.
So stop
I got
holding
you.
it.
I will.
'Cause-
All
'cause
right. All right, coach.
I mean, because really, if they looked
Yeah.
at your company versus another junk
Yeah.
removal company, your give back could
Would
be
be the
that one
separator.
deciding separator.
Absolutely.
I like to think we just do a great enough job to,
Well, I like to think
that's
that
where I
too.
like to really
Yeah.
think we do a great enough job to not have to pump that other stuff. But you're right. You
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
should talk about it more.
Yes.
Especially in this community. It's
Yeah.
very important in
It
this
is.
community.
It seems to be. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've donated jobs, just for customers we felt like we could. I'm not in a situation where I can all the time, of
Right,
course, right? But
right.
we try to just help where we can.
Yeah.
It's big enough help when you're cleaning out a job that needs 21 truckloads hauled away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just see the look on someone's face when they finally have their house back, or if they're just helping a family member out, because that's usually what we see. We'll get a call from somebody who maybe it's somebody's son, and their mother or father just passed away, or they're sick, and so they have to move out of a house, and it's just overwhelming. You know, they come in from another state and they see what it's become, and they just need help. So that alone is enough to want to do it. We had a few of those in the last year. You know, 12 trucks here, 16 trucks at another house, and 20 trucks at this house. Yeah, it's just nice to see the look on their face when their house is finally emptied.
Yeah.
So
They get a house again.
Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
Thank you, my
Yep.
friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do think your reviews
yeah.
do speak to all
we
that.
try. Yeah, we try.
You guys have so many good reviews.
You know, a few bad ones too, but we mix those in with
Yeah.
almost 500 5-star reviews at this
Wow.
point.
Ah,
So
there
Yeah,
we
that's
go, my
incredible.
man.
So, Fred, I want you to talk to the small business owners that are listening today. What's one piece of advice that you'd share about building a company that serves both clients and community?
ooh, that's a good question. I think what we do inherently kind of does both in a way. So I'm lucky that I don't have to go out of my way to help people like Meghan when she needs help with a project, right? Make organic connections, you know, I'd say that's number one. Meet people that are doing similar things that you want to be doing, right? This matches up perfectly, right?
Yeah.
She organizes spaces. We help get rid of stuff that the person she's helping needs to get rid of. So that's probably I would say definitely meet people that are doing something similar to what you're doing, so then they can help get you in that door
That's
to help
awesome.
out. Yeah.
Collaboration. That's cool.
Sure, like-minded people, who care about the
Yes.
community.
Exactly.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah. Man, you bleed East Coast, brother. I got that all over you. All right?
I don't know. Is it the accent? I don't know. Yeah, we're Scranton's about an hour and a half from New York City.
Yeah.
2 hours if it's bad traffic. So
yeah, my ex-father-in-law
Yep.
lived in Cherry Hill.
Oh yeah, New Jersey. Yeah. Yep.
My
All
ex-wife
right.
was from New Jersey.
Okay.
So the Shore, Tom's River, all those
Yep, I
places.
know the area.
Yeah, in Philly a lot and stuff. So
I'm actually
very
if we want to talk about sports, I'm everything Pittsburgh except the Steelers. I'm a Cowboys fan, unfortunately.
Are you?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
My dad worked in Texas for a little bit on the oil rigs.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's having a rough go at it, man.
Yeah, they
Pirates
are
are
right
terrible. The Penguins aren't that hot, man.
Yeah.
College teams, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're kind of sucking it up.
Yeah, they suck it up. I think the Pirates might have the best pitching staff in baseball, and I think they've got the most shutouts in the entire league, and yet they can't score.
They can't make the playoffs.
Yep.
He thought he'd throw that in for free.
Yes.
Terrible. But I can't root for Philadelphia, so I'll deal with it. Yep.
You're so funny. Megan, for families feeling overwhelmed by clutter, what encouragement would you give them as a first step to finding clarity and peace in their lives?
I mean, I think recognizing that you're not alone, that we help people with this every day, and it can feel really isolating that why can't I just clean this up? Why can't I just or thinking everyone else can do this, why can't I? And that's tough. I think just to realize that something feels like beyond our control to do by ourselves, and reaching out to somebody, even if it's just a friend, somebody else, it's definitely more fun to help out somebody else with their space than to do your own.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
My team feels that too. And maybe you buddy up with somebody where you're going to each help each other out with a project or do something together. There's small ways where you can make a difference for yourself. I actually had somebody reach out to me a few days ago who just randomly found us on Facebook, and she just resonated with our mission, and she said, my dad would tell me if I felt myself slipping mentally to clean my closet and just create one space that feels good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And right, some people say make your bed every morning.
Yeah, that's a famous speech.
Yes.
That moral. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Make
right,
your bed every day.
there's different ways we can make like a small impact in, where your whole house might feel overwhelming. Like, what's one small step you can take towards your goal?
Right.
I love that. You know what I love that we've heard already so far? Fred and Meghan, both of you are doing these little steps, but you are doing a big impact in individuals' lives, which is then a domino effect, which is making our community a better place, especially with mental health.
Yes, indeed. What I've heard today, and my takeaway is, man, don't diminish what you're bringing, because you're incredible.
Yeah.
You really are. You
God,
know,
you guys are making me blush.
and the space of junk removal is almost recession proof. Because we're Americans,
Yeah.
right? And one thing we do well
we
is
like
junk.
stuff.
Yeah, we hoard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're American, and it's so good knowing that we have someone like you in our community, watching out and doing such great things in this space. And Meghan, social work, blending, that's created the compassion and the part of your heart that sees where people are in this cluttered lives that we live in, and et cetera, which has created a deep concern, but more than a concern, an avenue out is what you've created. So thank you so much for what you do for our community. It's just beautiful. It really is, Lisa.
All right, now's my favorite part. So as you know, our whole mission is to infuse hope and encouragement to the world. So Meghan, I'm going to start with you, and you're next, so get ready.
Okay.
I would like you to look at the camera and encourage the world, and then let them know how to reach you.
So I would say, we've all got unique gifts that we can help out in our community in a small way. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a business owner, if you're a mom, if, any one of us can have an impact on one other person in our life. And, sometimes I feel like that's even better than these big grand gestures. So I'd encourage you just to find one person you can make a difference with. You can find me at impactfulorganizing.com. That's our nonprofit. We also have a business side of our business for paying customers. That's joyfulspaces.co. And you can find us on social media at both those places, Joyful Spaces, Impactful Organizing, are those places as well.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Fred, take it away. Encourage the world, man.
I would say, if anyone's interested in blending small business with helping somebody out, just find something that you love doing that is people-based, where you have to deal with people on a face-to-face basis. And if you need to find us, it's www.junkinhall.com.
Junkinhall.com, baby.
It rings pretty well. That's why I picked that one. Easy to remember what we do. Hard to forget.
Right.
So.
We're sponsored by Brandon Kirk from Planet Duck.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, with his 3 children, are just incredible. I know them personally. We've had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years, been married to, what is his wife's name? Gaba?
And she is a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well. But he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town.
And one last thing, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So they really are.
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Look up Planet Duck.
So that's it for today's Be Encouraged show. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, and join us on our conversations of encouragement and hope at our beencouraged.net website.
Indeed. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, these things are the reason that Lisa and I live. To have great conversations with amazing human beings like you guys are. So thank you. I love this show today.
So did I.
really
Yeah,
did.
thanks for
It was
having
so much fun. And remember, real talk, real growth, real Colorado.
Stay encouraged.
Yes.